It's on an enchanted tropical island featuring the most feline in footwear and a host of fabulous new characters. That's KickStart's glorious and fun pantomime. Puss in Boots opened at the Elizabeth Sneddon Theatre in Durban on the 5th of December, and it's on and runs until the 11th of January. Now to tell us more from our Durban studios is cast member Kilburn, who plays Selena Swiftclaw. Caitlin, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning and Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much. How was yours?
It was lovely. It was so relaxing. It was just me and my mom and lots of food.
Did you eat like more than you're supposed to, not supposed to?
Yes, it was amazing.
I think we all overate. All right, let's talk about Puss in Boots. Give us a background into it and what inspired it.
Well, Puss in Boots is based on the nursery rhyme of the same name. It's an original script, incredibly funny, written by Stephen Stead. He writes the panto every year, and he's just got such a fantastic comical flair. His timing is absolutely impeccable. So Durban audiences can always rely on a really good, funny, fun-filled script. And the story revolves around Puss in Boots and his owner, Tom. Puss in Boots is played by Rory Booth, who's a household favorite down here in Durban, and Tom is played by Brian Hiles, and basically they are on this island in the Caribbean which is being held captive by this shape-shifting goblin who turns himself into an ogre, and then Brian falls in love with the princess and then needs Rory's help, who's Puss in Boots, who's extremely clever and a master swordsman, to save the day. And it's just very witty and visually it's a visual feast. The spectacle, the color, the set designed by Greg King, who's an award-winning set designer. It's just the perfect formula for a fun-filled, festive entertainment.
Tell us about your character, Selena Swiftclaw. Tell us about her.
Selena Swiftclaw. Oh, she's fantastic. She's sassy and feisty, and and she's a good character, but she's been magically enslaved into this, into serving this goblin, which she really doesn't want to do because he's just a horrible little man. And she has this wonderful fight scene with Puss in Boots, where they end up singing Sway and doing a beautiful, sultry tango cha-cha. And she's just a great character to sink your teeth into. She does a whole series of high kicks and lunges, and a very, very physically active character, but nice to embody a cat as well, because she's quite wry, and I'm just having so much fun with her. Stephen's just a genius when it comes to characters.
I was even about to ask, talk to us about working with Stephen Stead, and Greg King. You touched a little bit on Greg a little earlier, but, what is it like working with these two?
Do you know what? They are such a powerhouse in Durban. They just they're continually churning out these productions that just tick all the boxes. Between the two of them, they have the skill set just to create these productions that are they're absolutely excellent. They contrast and they work so well together that. As part of the cast, being directed by Stephen is always such a pleasure, because he always gives you enough freedom where you're part of the creative process, but you always know that there's a very firm guiding hand, because he just has such a clear vision for all his pieces, and you can feel that as the audience as well. It's always a pleasure.
Let's talk about the musical element of the production. There are songs like Rhythm of the Night there. Tell us a little bit more about the music.
Well, the music and the choreography just work so perfectly together. There's something for everyone. There's songs from musicals, there's Rhythm of the Night, there's, as I said, Raw by Katy Perry, which is my pop song. So there's really something for everyone, for all ages. You can bring the whole family from ages 3 up till oldest granny and grandpa. There'll be songs in there that they recognize, there'll be songs for the younger ones, and they're all performed with absolute flair and professionalism.
Now, you kicked off on the 5th of December. What's been the response from the public?
It's been so great, but it's great every year. Durban people know that they're coming to a really quality product. So we've had tons of standing ovations, and everyone's just very warm and welcoming, and that's kind of what we rely on in Panto. We rely on the audience to be there with us and to be responsive, and we haven't been disappointed, and I know the audiences haven't either.
And what has been the highlight for you of being part of this Panto?
For me, I just love the cast, the people in it. We're all family now. We're very close, and and we just get on fantastically well. We have great conversations and energy off stage, and that definitely translates to on stage, where we just have a blast. It's just fun.
What do you think it is about this story and this production that so many people can relate to?
I think it's the fact that it's got something for everyone. It really does. Like I was saying, between the music and the choreography, and then the beautiful story of love triumphing in the end, and that our hero isn't set up from the beginning. He's someone who gradually grows into his role. He's not your typical hero to start with, but that's why it's so beautiful, that with the right encouragement and the right motivation, he really steps up and takes control of his destiny, and with the help of Puss, he saves the day. And it's just the story of an unexpected hero, which is really inspiring.
All right, so before I let you go, give us details, ticket prices, show times.
The show times are 2:30 from Tuesday to Sunday, and then there are 7 p.m. shows on Fridays and Saturdays, depending on the dates. We run till the 10th of January. Tickets are between $120 and $220, and book now because we fill up very quickly.
All right, Caitlin, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Boxing Day. Cast member Caitlin Kilburn, who plays Selena Swiftclaw in KickStart's glorious annual family pantomime Puss in Boots, which runs at the Elizabeth Sneddon Theatre until the 11th of January.